Hey guys, this is going to be a tutorial for the second last mission of Halo 4 campaign, Composer. Shut off time for this one. Be on legendary difficulty, no skulls, and it's going to be mostly a speedrun tutorial, but it'll work obviously if you're playing through casually or just want to get the achievements for beating the game on legendary. I'm going to be going through a lot of different tricks in this. I'm going to be showing the easy ways to get through levels, or through the part I should say, or some of the more challenging but quicker ways. I'm really going to be explaining some of the harder tricks. There's a lot of out of bounds and different methods here. Okay, so it starts off just 2 quick cutscenes we'll skip, and we're going to be on the floor and wait for Cortana to wake us up.
Sorry, I just can't stop them. It's like
really important to make sure what weapons you have. Right now,
Dr. Tilson, are you there?
Pistol, but we want to hear what it is.
When your signal cut off, I get...
Doctor, listen to me. You have to issue the order to evacuate the station.
If you die,
the Covenant, they've already taken over the landing base.
Send me your coordinates. I'll see what I can do about clearing an evac route on my way to you.
By the dialogue ends, you don't know the time. The easy way to do this, step out and just pick off everything one by one. The faster you do this, the faster you'll progress with the level. Be careful for needles, they can kill you pretty quickly. And just, it's all grunts and jackals, so clear it all out. And if you clear everything out, you should get a checkpoint. Alright, so hopefully I get a checkpoint of this. I think there's a grunt that ran away, so I might not. Oh, there it is. That works out then. Okay, so what you want to do is come up these stairs here. And be careful with the snipers. If you're behind this, they shouldn't be able to get you. If you are really worried, you can shoot them. I'm going to shoot them just to show off some stuff here, but you don't need to. You're supposed to progress through this level, going down here, under here, fighting where those snipers were, doing a whole bunch of other stuff. But eventually you're going to come along these bridges here and activate that button. Easy way to do that is once you clear everything out here, you come out here, and you have 3 ways to make this jump. The easiest way is jumping on here and just full sprint running across and landing right there. But I'm not a big fan of this way because jumping up here, especially on legendary, you will get sniped by those 2 jackals. And if you get hit at all during that jump, you lose all your movement speed and you won't make it. The kind of medium difficulty and medium fastest way is to get up onto here, side jump onto the railing, and this is safe even with those jackals alive, but be careful because if you do go too far, you're in range. So the best way I do it is I come up here, and then jump sideways, and then full sprint onto there.
That's it!
Now we're gonna revert real quickly. Then the harder way, if you really want to save time, but I don't recommend it, it's not worth the time save unless you're trying to get the world record in this level for speedruns, is you can just go straight at it and make that jump. If you're ever not sure, you can always crouch and get an extra foot or 2 on the jump. Sorry, got shot there. Alright, we're gonna restart just to show the absolutely quickest method you could do this. It's a lot more riskier, but if you do want to shave 10 to 15 seconds off your run, this is how you're gonna do it. Okay, so we're just gonna skip these cutscenes again like normal. Fortunately, we do have to go through the first 30 seconds again.
Of me arguing all at once.
I find this is very
Dr. Tilson, are you there?
But it does have a little chance that
signal cut off, I get
Doctor, listening,
so it's up to
you have to issue the order to evacuate the
We've
station.
been trying.
It's in the very beginning.
The Covenant,
so
they've already taken over the landing base.
Send me your coordinates. I'll see what I can do about clearing an evac route on my way to you.
Full game mode. You die here. Have your sticky dead out. Bring it in that little pillar there, or the floor. You can take out everything that's going to shoot you, and then from there, you can just make that run all the way over across. I got shot, but it was at the last minute, so I didn't lose too much momentum. And here you just want to shoot the jackal on 2 bullets. Reload your sticky dead real quick, and take out the turret. Okay. I don't know if I got a checkpoint,
Base 7 is
but
secure
if I did,
and we're moving toward your
you want to put a
position
sticky
now.
dead there, wait for these elites to jump out, and then grenade. Should take them out there, and then another sticky death for these guys. I know that went really quick, unfortunately, I'm not waiting for me to slow that one down. But the main goal of that is, it's going to be 4 elites. 2 came out, I put a sticky death somewhere around there, it's not too precise, and throw a grenade, so they land with the grenade and sticky death exploding at the same time. It should kill both. Quickly reload, put a second grenade near your same spot, and you're gonna want to take out both of these elites again. That one Sigident shouldn't kill them, but it'll weaken them enough you can finish with your pistol. So you want to make sure you're fully reloaded with pistol and Sigident. Now it is absolutely necessary you get this concussion rifle. If you do not get the concussion rifle, you have to restart. The sword is helpful, it's not required, but it's very helpful in a good time save. It makes it extra. Here, what I would do, so if you aim right there, nice grenade right there, kill both jackals, and you can run in, dodge that grenade, and sword. Alright, I'm starting to wish I did take a pistol here. Does he have a DMR? No. Okay. If you didn't have the sword, you can use a couple shots of concussion rifle to weaken your loot, and then just pistol, you just pistol them. So you'd have sword, concussion rifle and pistol. But now I've got the sword and concussion rifle, which is the faster combo, but it's a little bit more difficult. What we want to do is concussion rifle jump from on this railing to up on that railing. It's kind of difficult, especially if you take your time, because all your marines get killed and they're kind of taking some fire right now. But what you have to be careful about is this ledge here, because if you jump straight up, you're going to hit it. So you kind of want to give it a backwards jumping go like that as you're shooting. So kind of just, that's how you want it to look. Let's see if I can maybe take out a couple guys. If you're not sure about this, and it's taking a few times, you can always clear out the area a little bit to help you out. So I'm gonna jump on this little sign here, backwards, and then, yep. Alright, now I've got marines, so it should be a bit easier. So everyone's kind of distracted with marines, I can take advantage of this. Jump on the sign, and then you want to keep spamming A, because if you hit the ledge, you have a chance to kind of jump, so you want to be holding backwards and spamming A, so that way once you get on that ledge, you jump over it. Alright, and then here, once again, it's up to you how you feel like rushing this, or if you want to take your time. But if it's mostly plasma pistols, you don't have to worry. If the needles are the ones that are going to kill you. But you can just sprint along, usually just sort of stay on the outside of that, and it's rare that you die, especially if you get your shields right there. You're not going to die unless you get needled too much. I find that's really consistent, but like I said, if you wait for shields, you won't die. And that does skip a whole wave of enemies that are supposed to be up here. You're supposed to go underneath, through that door, through some stairs, fighting enemies. This saves a lot of time. It's necessary to get that concussion rifle. Right here is, get over here, get the thruster pack. Now if you didn't get the sword off the beginning, you flew off the map, which is very common, it happens a lot. Grab the shotgun. I'm actually going to grab the shotgun now just to show. But the sword is a one-hit kill for the hunters. It's actually, I don't have a checkpoint. Or I do have a checkpoint. Here's how the sword method heals very quickly. A one hit with the sword will stun them, and a second one, you go around the back and you can hit them. I got really lucky that time. I went to stun them and I killed them. But make sure you have the thruster pack and either sword or shotgun. If you weren't lucky enough to get the sword, what you can do is you throw a grenade. That'll weaken them from 3 to 2 shots off. The thruster pack, 1, 2, sometimes 3, sometimes 4. They're very inconsistent. The plasma grenade usually does take an extra shot off them for how long it's supposed to take to kill them. You can find plasma grenades throughout the map, and sometimes in the beginning. What we want to do is stay behind them and just move the opposite way they're swinging. And just kind of back and forth. Make sure you're out of their way. And we want to grab Sticky Det or Concussion Rifle. This is going to be our combo for the rest of this level until the very end. So now we're going to be starting the
inside the door over there.
Okay, just skip that cutscene. Alright, so this construct isn't very difficult, especially because the only checkpoint we have we just went through. So unfortunately, if you do mess up, and it's very likely for your first time, I know this trick took a while, you mess up, it's gonna happen. So everyone's got their own different setups. If you look at all the other runners,
Doctor,
you can
what
see
was that?
everyone's different setup for this, but the main goal is we want to get out of bounds over that pipe and make sure we're crouching. If you're using a concussion rifle, I like to go backwards in
The
this.
station should be
Just do a
equipped
regular
with
jump.
outer turrets.
Sometimes it doesn't work.
If we can reactivate them, I can
go
program
through
the
the map.
station's defenses to provide cover
This is
for
where
the
it gets a bit
evacuation.
tricky. Is you want to stick this thing here That's gonna load in. The reason we stuck that is there's a green right there, and as soon as you're on top of this little corridor here, he starts talking. There's some dialogue. Dialogue takes time, so we just kill him with that sticky detonator. The only purpose of that is just to save, I think, 4 to 5 seconds of dialogue. So now we're on this side of the door. What we want to do is concussion rifle jump up and on top of that. So like I said before, there's a lot of different methods runners have, but one important thing is right now we are standing on this, but all of our shots will go through. So all of our shots have to be on some sort of surface. There's a surface here I know a lot of people use. I prefer right here. We're going to want to do one shot and then look up a little bit for a second shot and then thrust your pack to the side. It's going to go really quick, but find this spot where this pillar is here and just one down, over, and across. And then it automatically loaded. Oh, I delayed on the thruster pack, or sorry, the sticky det. Took too long and it automatically blew up. But once you're up here, you want to blow up the sticky detonator, killing him, and then it'll spawn in the rest of the map. Okay, so once you do kill him, if you are quick, you'll get up here and you'll hit 2 load zones. Unfortunately, you didn't see them because it all happened while I was over there explaining the last trick. But the first load zone, everything will go away and you'll just see gray. And then the second one happens maybe 3 to 4 seconds later, and then this spawns. You have to wait for the second one. If you try to go early, you'll get frozen midair, and you'll have to restart. And I know it kind of looks a little confusing where I'm walking the map. There's some invisible walls, some spots you can fall, and that's if you go too far this way. But it's mostly pretty stable up here. Just a couple little ledges here or there. You might lose a second or two on. This is another part where a lot of different runners have their own strategy to do this. I've seen some people go backwards with grenade jumps. They'll throw a grenade here and jump backwards. I prefer running forwards, concussion rifle down, concussion jump, so it's forward, jump, shoot, and I jumped off the map. But, oh, like I was saying before with the 2 load zones, you wait for the 2 load zones and then wait an extra second and you get a checkpoint, which if you're starting this trick, getting this checkpoint here, it wastes a second to wait for it, and it's very helpful. So I do recommend waiting for that checkpoint at all times. But like I was saying, to launch it, we want to get enough air off the concussion jump and then thrust your pack the rest of the way. So this little part here, this little square here you kind of see, you can walk on and shoot. So this is where I'm going to be shooting. So running, jump, concussion, and I missed. I got the distance, but I was just a little off to the side there. Luckily, I have that checkpoint. And there you go. And like I said, always crouch jump. It takes no difference to your it's no detrimental value at all. If you're ever not sure, it just hold down the thumbstick or whatever your crouch is, and make sure you're always going to be good. Okay, so that's that trick. Then you're going to want to run up here, and there's a lot of invisible walls, and like you see these walls here that it's just knowing the out of bounds that you're going to get stuck out here. Like hitting walls, it's not a big deal. You're going to get a little time loss until you're used to it. But some of these walls you can actually go through. Other ones are invisible walls that you get stuck on. But we're on top of the map. We can kind of go through anything. You don't have to worry about any enemies. The really quick way is you can jump directly over here. Now we've despawned all these enemies by not hitting a trigger. You can see there's a couple of invisible walls that you gotta hit. Or not, sorry, you don't have to hit that, you kind of just will hit for not being familiar. But you get through here, and then to get back in the map, this whole square here just doesn't exist. You don't need to jump, you just walk in, and there you go. So they're gonna start shooting at you, and you quickly just sort of come into here, running. I'm walking so I can explain stuff, but obviously you want to be running when you're doing this. So this is the first airlock. There's a bunch of enemies in here, then more come in. If you go and touch this door, it activates the next load zone, and you can automatically just skip all this. So we want to get through that door without getting shot. If you have full shield, it's very consistent. Just sprint, thrust your pack, and come down here. And then that door closes. Now, we have some enemies up here. There's a few different ways. There's really only 2 ways you can get through here. Okay, we waited for too long for that elite. I've never seen that one before, but it's not a big time loss. So we hit the load zone, door opens, it opens really quickly, and run down here, that's what that'll do. Should be doing back smash. Just stick it in there. This leads good now. You want to stick it in him. Try taking some jackals and at the same time. Sometimes you get unlucky. Sometimes you get really unlucky and yeah, get that. The reason we want to kill the jackal and the elite is all of our concussion or all of our sticky detonators are reserved. We need each separate one for like each shot is required. If you do miss one, I recommend using a concussion rifle or a grenade. I grenade there because I'm thinking grenade before, but it's alright. Okay, now we're just gonna get shields here so we don't die again. We got to check. Then we're gonna kill these two grunts. And now for a second airlock. There's a couple different ways to do this. You need at least 2 concussion shots or a grenade. But just like the first yard, there's another one here. Come into this corner right here, and then just 1 or 2, and you're out of the map. That's a very easy skip. If you do need a little extra height, you can shoot once at the ground, and then aim a little bit up, and then jumping backwards, and you can get up here. Be careful not to fall down there, because obviously you'll die. And so yeah, pretty simple trick. Grunts are there, so I have to revert. I'll show it one more time with concussion rifle. Just normal concussion jump up. It's very simple. Now, if for some reason you don't have the concussion rifle, you ran out of ammo, or for some other reason, nice frag grenades, although it is a lot harder, much harder, you can frag grenade and jump up that way too. But you have to be full health to do it, and especially with those guys shooting at you, it's much more difficult. So grenade, jump, crouching, yeah. I don't recommend the frag. It's an option, I'm showing it because it's a way to do it. There you go. But try to save all your concussion shots. Once you're up here, you want to jump onto this side. Now there's kind of an invisible ledge here, as I'm jumping right now, it's pushing me back. So when you get up here, you want to kind of get over to here, jump, and crouch up on top of the ledge. Alright, and there's some more invisible walls here. You can run up along this pipe to sort of avoid it all. And then when we get to this part, we need to wait for this to load in before we jump over. If we try to jump over this before it loads in, you will freeze midair. If you're ever in between 2 parts of the map as it's loading, you'll just freeze. The game doesn't know what to do with you, and it freezes you. Now, there's 2 ways to get back into the map here. As we're on top of here, you see this pipe we're walking on. Try not to walk on the left side, you'll get stuck into here and it doesn't work. So either stay on the pipe or just slightly to the right of it in the middle area. But as you can see, when we're walking along, we kind of came up here, and then the pipe starts to bend. Right at that bend, we want to jump over that bend. If you time it right, it'll teleport us back into the map. Like that. And you're back into the map. Okay, perfect. I thought I got a checkpoint there. Now, just to show one more time, so we're coming at this full speed. We jump over onto this part, walking here, and there's the bend, we jump, and we miss it. Sometimes it's kind of hard to see, especially when you're getting caught by these walls, but just jumping over, and there you go, back in the map. If you do miss that, like I just did, it's not a big deal. Oh, I hit it. I was trying to show actually I'm missing. Okay, we go, and oh no, we actually miss it. Everything behind us has deloaded, so we just come back over here and just nudge our way in, and we fall right through there. That whole area right there just doesn't exist. So this is why we saved our sticky dets. We have 2 here. If by some reason you really had to use a sticky det and we only have 1 here, you can run up and backsmack that elite there, and then sticky det the other one.
That's the main
but I do recommend having your 2.
My intervention
But
is the
don't run
prerequisite for
out
success.
yet, because if you stick this guy first, then run out, the other guy will throw a grenade and you can stick him really easily. So stick him, kill him, run out, he'll throw a grenade, and then you can kill him. If you run out too early, he throws a grenade earlier, and you have to hit a moving target. It's way harder to do that, nobody wants to do that. So, you poke Raton on the console,
Dr. Tilson, are you there?
And we come back over
I'm
here.
here. Any luck?
Refill our
Cortana's
sticky
bringing
death,
the defense grid online now.
and then
Okay.
grab the DMR. Don't.
I hear it.
So sticky death.
We'll
DMR.
broadcast the final
Now
evac
to kill
orders.
these elites,
The nuke?
We're rigging
you
it
aren't
now.
really timed. You haven't
Meet us
took
back
that
on the upper
confidence for
platform and we'll
dialogue
help you
before
get
start
it
losing
to the
time.
artifact.
You shouldn't lose time unless you miss a sticky debt, and as long as you kill him before Cortana stops talking, it's no time loss. But
Chief,
what we'll do is we can kind of
if
come
we
down here,
Pull this off.
running our
and
way down,
actually get
be
back.
quick, get some thrusting back in there. Now we can come up here, back smack both of these two, and then he's just wandering in the circle there, kill him. Now, we want to shoot grunt 1, 2, and use a grenade, missed. I like one sticky death there to kill the grunts and Jackal right there, and then Elite's gonna be there, sticky dead him. I think I might have, no, I got him. And then he's gonna get angry, sticky dead him, and you can just either sticky dead or clean up the rest of the grunts with DMR. Whatever you kind of want to do. You don't even need to kill him, you just get the door opened up. Yeah, so you want to stay there, just kind of picking them off slowly. It's easy to hit the elites when they're throwing grenades, or especially Jackal shields are just a giant target and takes out all the grunts near them. So we're getting to the final part now, is the Mantis section. The Mantis section is a bunch of waves of enemies coming in, and the next wave is based on how many of the enemies are left from the previous wave. So you want to be as quick as possible killing everybody. So it starts off a bunch of grunts and Jackals here. Watch out for the composer will slow you down. Sometimes it'll get you killed. If there's a fuel rod right there, fuel rods like to go quick, and they're your biggest enemy here is the fuel rods.
Ready or
EMPs and fuel
not,
rods,
I need it
they're
now.
gonna be able to kill you.
They're
So like I said,
throwing
you want to
everything
be
they've got
as
at
quick
us
as
to get the
possible.
composer.
Clearing everything. There's the EMP. Knew that was coming. Come up here, kill those couple grunts there, and then ghosts. They like to try to see them, try to kill them, but you do want to get rid of them. Elites aren't too much of a threat to really anyone with an EMP or a fuel rod. That turret is a massive threat. Even if no one's on the turret, you have to blow that up because the grunt will go in the turret, and that takes a lot of damage very quickly.
Another way.
So once you kill everything, you'll get enough. Cortana will say another wave. You want to come back to the single section? You'll get one raid and then another one with a few units. You want to target the raid first. The raid isn't too much of a threat because it just falls. The wraith just sort of falls over. It's actually kind of nice. I've seen times where it just falls upside down. Alright, so kill this last brother. Ghost, Sergeant, Doc. Nah, I died. See, fortunately, take your time. It does make things a little harder.
Another wave.
Especially that ghost, he caused some issues there. These are gone. Okay, so if you do, you should know your Mantis. If you pull the trigger, it turns up the buttons and gets them all pretty quickly. They are actually these fuel rods, they will ruin the play. Like they are. Okay, and now he's gonna drop off some ghosts down here. We charge up and quickly kill these ghosts. If you're lucky, you can get both of them right off the start before they finally turn on. This ghost is just hiding out this camera. Usually the ghost will come out, and then there's the wraith up there. He's got an EMP charged.
Banshees.
Oh, I did not want the Banshees right now. Okay, Banshees are the final wave. I'm just gonna quickly change into a new and another Mantis. I'm just gonna ignore the Banshees for now. So the Banshee spawned because I was trying to get the Mantis. But what we want to do here is kill the get him over where he was before and kill him Now here I'm going to go for 3 banshees. Target them, make sure your machine gun lead ahead, but use combination of all the machine gun. And then stay kind of in this area behind this bridge. And there you go, that's 3. If we're at this bridge, as soon as you kill the 3rd one, we come under this bridge, wait a second, once your shields will start coming back, there's the checkpoint right there. Now once we get this checkpoint, the level's on a timer. I think it's in a minute 10 or a minute 20 seconds from now, the door will open up. So now we just have to get from here up to there without dying. I'm in a brand new Mantis, so I'm fine for health. If you're on fire, that's when you need to be worried because one Banshee bomb will kill you. So you kind of take your time to get back up here. I find shooting them will stop make them not shoot Banshee bombs or make them turn around. So you walk up backwards, watching your step not to fall, you shouldn't get Banshee bombed. Come around here, and just wait by this door. Now at this point the level is pretty much over. Just kill Banshees for fun. You guys are really getting close. There you go. Sometimes suicide grunts like to show up.
Where's the
because they do like to come back up
Dr.
here.
Tilson.
Now once this dialogue's up,
Head back to the elevator
over,
platform.
and
I'll keep
there's
trying to
really
raise
not
her.
much more to do. Gonna go down right here, just thruster pack, give that half a second boost.
Havoc mines will be in one of the cargo bays. Start us up.
Alright, push the button, and now the level's done. We have a minute 40 to wait for some stuff to happen. The Didox can take the composer, and a bunch of other sort of stuff. So this level,
Casimir Way, building outside the
it is a
atrium.
lot of tricks in it, a lot of enemy clears, a lot of luck in the beginning trying to get that concussion rifle. Tip for the concussion rifle guy, try not to stay on the pistol if he's near the edge. Obviously don't shoot him. Try letting him get towards the middle before you start killing him. If you have any questions, or some parts you're not sure about, look at some of the other Halo runners. You go to haloruns.com and look at the records for this level. If you look at some of the top 1 or 2
Cortana,
records,
see if you can raise Tilson.
they're
Get me
going
a
to be
status on
very
the rest
quick,
of the
and it's
station.
going to be hard to sort of see what's going on. I do recommend you go learn some stuff
Cortana, I need
and
that
see how
info.
it can be done quickly. But if you start to look into later records, like
Don't think
I
about
think
the
13 or
Didact.
14 records,
Don't
you'll
think
see a
about
lot
the
of the
composer.
slower strategies, how it can be
Only
done,
focus on
and
finding
even some
me,
deaths,
Tilson.
and see because they're
Tilson.
doing this level
Sandra
deathless is
Kay,
actually very difficult.
female,
As you've seen, I died
51
from
years
dungeons
of
and shows.
age. Doctor of
Some parts
Archaeology,
it's the
Pagasti
quicker you are, you'll
Institute.
get to spawn points faster.
Got
I
her.
do suggest taking a look at
Biosignature
Speedrunner, see how they
stable
do
on
different
350
tricks,
level.
different setups, like I
Beam
was saying,
deck.
when we're at a balance at the beginning.
Thank you, Cortana.
When I jumped on top of that corridor, different runners have different strategies of doing that, so it's a good way to go see how different methods can be done. But that's it for this level, second last level of the game. Next level is Midnight. I don't recommend even playing Midnight. It's a terrible level. But there are some easy tutorials for it. Eventually, I'm hoping me and
They've
Corey,
compromised the
123,
station's
another
hull.
The
runner, will
Didact's
do some
taking the
more tutorials
composer.
for the
Get
other
these people
levels.
to the...
But whether you're looking for speedrunning or just help beating one of the levels on Legendary, there you go.